Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Friday so far, and today we're going to talk about the three-time Damon Karma Barlow back in the building, retiring of course from professional Call of Duty play back in June on the Seattle Surge, but he's now been playing in some scrim matches yesterday. Certainly not a long-term solution, a long-term team, but certainly interesting to see, in my opinion, the competitive drive that he still seems to have. Certainly enjoying these matches that he was playing yesterday, and the question is certainly there, at some point will he come back, and if he doesn't, when is he going to be joining OpTic Gaming, right, or OpTic Chicago? Because, well, the last few days he's been sitting in their scrims sometimes, giving them some thoughts on, well, his thoughts exactly on how their scrims have been going, some advice, some tips, all this type of stuff. I'm sure Damon would certainly make a great coach. The question is, if he doesn't come back to competing, which he probably will not, as he's talked about a couple of times, will he actually be the OpTic Chicago coach or something of the sort? Of course, Sender is the coach over there right now, so it's an interesting discussion. But, yeah, certainly Karma still at the top of everyone's mindset right now. Like, if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new. As always, I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much for doing that. First of all, then, this from Rated. If any NA Challenger teams need one for this weekend, bell the line. He ends up getting a team with Jerd, Rated, Insight, and Reedy for this weekend's Challengers Cup in the North American side. So another kind of, yeah, put together team last minute. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Rated, of course, now a competitive Warzone player, 400 with Thieves and a Warzone content creator, and Insight is on the Toronto Ultra. So this is certainly not a long-term solution for a team, but kind of cool to see some of these old names back together on the European side at least. And a very similar thing, of course, to what Damon Karma Barlow was playing at yesterday. So this came out in June. It came as a shock to a lot of the community at the time that Karma, I mean the greatest of all time in a number of people's estimations, the only three-time world champion to have done it all three times on LAN back in the Black Ops 2 days, then in Ghosts, then of course in Infinite Warfare to finish off the OpTic Gaming dynasty. But yeah, retiring mid-season on Seattle Surge certainly seems like a pretty good time to do it with the difficulty that team had, and also yeah, his stock wouldn't have exactly been in the best place coming into the season if he had decided to continue competing, and certainly yeah, very successful streamer, very entertaining guy as well, and certainly some opportunities potentially to join OpTic Chicago, OpTic Gaming in some form or another, given what the success they had as the dynasty, and Hector certainly seems keen to get him on board. So kind of interesting that some sort of arrangement hasn't been figured out quite as yet. Maybe other opportunities are on the table for Karma, but this happened back in June, and you know, well, Holly was talking quite recently that when the game first dropped, of course, on the 13th of November, there was these tourneys that were going on, put on by Activision and the CDL, and I think Karma won like the first two of them back to back and looked like, honestly, by a lot of people's estimation, the best player in the entire game. And as Holly says, his wife, Damon, really won two tourneys back to back and isn't competing next year. What a waste of talent. So yeah, I mean, definitely she thinks that he should come back to competing to some degree. And yesterday, he tweets out this. Karma says, scrims today, what is going on? And of course, the logo here on his Twitch is him and the OpTic Gaming. A lot of people looking at this. Obviously, it's been like this for a while, but people are saying, okay, like, how long is it going to be before he joins OpTic Chicago, maybe in some form or another? Whether it's like as a substitute, even though General's the sub, so I doubt they would do that, or whether it's like to some degree on the coaching staff. Sender is certainly the coaching staff over there, so I mean, maybe they want like some sort of analyst role that Karma can do in addition to streaming and playing tournaments and this type of stuff. But yeah, I just want to share this clip really quick, 30 seconds or so. Karma will be scrimming and playing this weekend's Challengers Cup with Aches, Saints, and Classic. Not a long-term thing according to him for sure. They were previously playing with Insight from Toronto Ultra, and Insight of course going on to that team with Rated and Co that we just looked at. Pretty interesting to see. Not exactly sure what's going on with Aches here, because he was formerly teaming with, I think, Sensor, Dens, and Zed, but I think maybe that's changed up now, and now Goonjar's on that team instead, and Aches is kind of, well, in an interesting spot exactly what he is going to be up to here. But this is who they're going to be playing the Challengers Cup with this weekend on the 5th through the 6th of December. Going to be a pretty exciting one to see.
Yeah. And I'm playing with Pat, Nato, and Classic.
Losing A.
This is not a long-term thing. This is, they need somebody for the cup.
So it's a pretty entertaining stream for sure. I thought I'd share a couple of clips here of, well, Karma absolutely going off on the main stage against these guys that they were scrimming against. They were scrimming against Standy and Coast. This is like Felony's team. And yeah, well, Karma certainly looked pretty good in this one. Fury kill for the boys. And yeah, I'll just share a couple of clips on stream because I thought this was pretty entertaining.
Royalty.
Hardpoint dropped down.
Oh, that's a
Yes,
Kobe.
he went rat. Top green.
Two top green.
Yeah, one's in rat.
Yeah,
though.
one top green, absolute top green.
Hitting bedroom right now.
Two top green.
Oh, that's nice shot. Good miss.
Bedroom got me,
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, Damon.
Who's that?
Fuck. Get the hell.
I got you, bro. Push up. The show.
He's under me. He slid under me elbow.
Far right
Yeah.
green, far right green. Two green, two green, two green.
Wait, we got any things on the window? What'd you say?
Oh my!
Got one shotted. I know.
General's back left on the boxes.
Yep, box. Fellow, weak on the truck. Nice.
Stay alive, stay alive.
Back target. Oh my god.
We flipped him, we flipped him.
I'm looking
lane.
fire room.
Hey, low left.
No, I'm gonna look to the left.
I'm flashed. They could
You're
come
about
out
to
of the
come
big door.
They're gonna be big door.
About to troll here.
He's weak, close up.
Nice melee.
One shot top cat. Last guy top cat. He crossed.
That's gritty. That's gritty.
Let's go, baby.
Great
Someone look
A.
left for us? Can someone look left for us?
I'm going straight for it. I don't have cat though.
I have it. I can see it.
General, absolute, no more close.
Nothing low left.
Standing
Nothing low
left.
left.
Yeah.
Back up to help you.
Oh, cat up the
Oh, fellows old. Let's go. Let's go. Get this hold.
It certainly looks to me that Karma is having an awful lot of fun competing right now, and who can blame him, right? I mean, this is way back in the day on Free Co-Impact in the 2013 days, when they had the, I mean, some people call this like the first ever Call of Duty Dynasty. It was only a few events in a row, but they did win the World Championship, so you gotta respect it. And then next year, of course, on the Complexity team, winning the World Championship once again. This is all events rather than just LANs, because when we get further up the list, we're going to find here that, yes, after a difficult start to Advanced Warfare on OpTic Nation, then joins the Dynasty, and things are, well, do not slow down there for Karma through Black Ops 3 Infinite Warfare as well, winning the World Championships right at the end of it, as you can see right here, the World League Championship, $600,000 in the bag for the entire team. World War II didn't go to plan, then gets dropped off the OpTic Gaming team after they, well, the Dynasty collapses, didn't play out the rest of the season, returns though in Black Ops 4, wins his very first event back at Vegas, and since there was kind of a downhill trajectory, again, through to Modern Warfare on Seattle Surge, one of, well, to our understanding, one of the highest paid teams in the entire league, with Octane Slacked, Apathy, and Enable it was at the time. Yeah, absolute disaster of a team. Doesn't work out at all, but what you will see is right at the start of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, he's playing in a couple of these events, right? The Atlanta Faze Cold War Clash, the OpTic Chicago launch event, and wins both of these. And yeah, has had some pretty good results since as well, and definitely seems to be enjoying this competitive nature, playing these tournaments and stuff. And yeah, definitely brings the question, right? Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to compete at the highest level again. Yeah, the effort that it takes to become a professional at that level and maintain it when you've got a wife and a child, it's obviously a very difficult thing to do, but certainly still enjoying competition. And well, if you're enjoying competition, if you're a competitor in some form or another, it may make sense to actually be involved to some degree with a team. I think that Enable said this a couple of weeks ago. It seems like he might be joining the 100 Thieves Warzone team alongside Rated and Tommy, and he said in his video when he announced his retirement from Call of Duty that he wants to do something which still taps into his competitive drive. And yeah, maybe that's what he meant by that if he does join the 100 Thieves Warzone side, or it could also mean if he's some sort of coach or something for some sort of team, that could also be tapping into your competitive nature, trying to be the best, trying to win as a team, even though not necessarily putting in the hours and putting in the time necessary to be a player at the highest level. Karma may be thinking a similar thing, right? And of course, being a coach for 100 Thieves, for LA Thieves, maybe made sense, but there's also questions about who exactly that is going to be. And I think it would make a lot of sense, of course, for him to join OpTic Chicago in one form or another. And if he's not playing, and I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, would you like him to come back playing? Do you think this is going to happen? I mean, this is a discussion here on the Reddit a few days ago in Scrims. He's been watching all the maps and will come in and give his in-depth input after a map. Why else would Damon be watching and analysing Scrims for 3 hours on a Sunday night? If he's not a coach, he's the ultimate homie for helping them out like that. I mean, he could just be super cool with them and be doing it for that reason, but I bet he's some sort of assistant coach or substitute. I doubt it'd be a sub, but yeah, certainly an assistant coach might make sense on like part-time hours or something while he streams. That'd be something cool as well. And to be part of OpTic Chicago in some sense definitely makes sense for me, especially the history that they had together as a team. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see this happening, but a number of announcements really seem to be taking their time. If this is in the works, I mean, of course, we've got the whole like Temp LA Thieves thing. What's going on there? Slack to Florida Mutineers, we imagine is going to be an announcement as well. And we've got this Enable question mark hanging in the air. So really no confirmations have come out these last few days. But yeah, maybe something is in the works behind the scenes, because it does kind of make sense. But yeah, he's also been frying in these tourneys. Must say as well, though, from Standy. So Standy was playing up against this team. He dropped 61 eliminations on these guys in one of the matches they played. So yeah, certainly a talent to look out for here. 10,000 score in this one. That's pretty impressive stuff. This is fellow Royalty and General's team, of course. So Jordan General kind of on this tryout team, while also being a substitute for the OpTic Chicago roster. And yeah, just a couple of other interesting things to finish off with. Gothmabel tweets this out yesterday. I've just been told the Tiger Barrel on the Tundra is GA'd. Is this true? Who knows at this point? Heard Respawn snipers were GA'd yesterday too. So yeah, nobody really knows right now what's going on with the gentleman's agreements, whether apparently the Tiger Barrel is too strong on the Tundra. But yeah, I'll keep you guys tuned on this one, and Crow doesn't really seem to know, but Respawn snipers seem to be potentially out the window as well. This is pretty interesting as well. Faze Clan, the official Faze Clan Twitter, finally put the "you can do it too" phase up thing, which has definitely been tired and overused in my opinion since this came out in September. But they did actually put it into their actual bio, which I thought was pretty interesting. And yeah, just to finish off with this absolutely disgusting clip here from Scraps to finish off the job. I think he's been playing GBs and such with some of his mates from back home in the UK, and yeah, been doing absolute bits with the sniper rifle. And yeah, what's cool about this clip is it had a perfect loop, as you can see right there. But I'll put this on screen for you guys to finish off the video on the big screen, because it's pretty disgusting stuff. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think Karma should do? Do you think he should come out of retirement? Do you think he should join OpTic Chicago as some sort of assistant coach or something to that manner? And well, I'm sure Hector would be very happy to get him on board, but are there team opportunities out there available? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm to know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.
Taking the lead.
He's sprinting through left. Is that him?
Just dropped.
Yeah. Grabbing bomb now.
Oh my god, bro! The best in the world! I'm the best in the world, my
What we done, what we done, what we done, what we done, what we done.
What the fuck, man? Nah.